Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Waupun Community Center for tonight's Badgerland Conference contest between two teams who are seeking their first victories here in the Badgerland. The Shawano, Bonduel, Clintonville Hawks are coming to town to visit the Waupun Warriors here at the Community Center in Waupun. As I just mentioned, it is Badgerland Conference action. Both teams are seeking their first Badgerland Conference wins, and when I was speaking to Coach Travis Olson about his team for tonight, we also had a conversation about how things have been going, and he's been pretty pleased about how things have taken place on the season, but he certainly would like for his program to be able to get a win, and especially their first Badgerland Conference win. So what he's looking for out of his team tonight, he certainly is looking for some solid play. He believes that this is going to be the battle of two goalies. I can't speak for the goalie for Shawano, but I certainly can't speak to the goalie for the Waupun Warriors. Here's what I do know about the Shawano goalie. Number 1, Dylan Prochaska, his record is 0-12. He's faced a ton of shots, and we know something about that as well here for the Waupun Warriors. He's faced 602 shots with 501 saves and given up 101 goals. That gives him a goals against average of .842 and a save percentage of .832. No shutouts so far on the season, and as I mentioned, also 0-12. I asked Coach Travis Olson and Coach Lee Davids and Coach Jen Meisner just to give me a little bit of comments about their first varsity season back, and he shared that he was excited that they were back playing some varsity hockey. It's been 11 years since they were able to put a varsity level program together. They really do like the Badgerland Conference. They understand that there are some heavy hitter teams that are out there in the Badgerland Conference. You've got several top tier teams. Right now we've got two of them who are ranked in the rankings in the Division 1. You've got St. Mary's Springs, who is ranked number 1 at Division 2. And in Division 1, you have Nina Menasha Hortonville, who is ranked, I believe the last I saw that they were ranked number 3 in Division 2. And you have Fond du Lac, who is in our Badgerland Conference, and even though they have 5 losses, I think that's a team that you could consider to be also one of the top tier teams. They only have one loss in conference, and that is to St. Mary's Springs. They were actually one of the teams that was able to beat Nina on the year. So you've got a heavy hitter. And then talking to Coach, he said, and then what he liked is the fact that towards the bottom, all of the teams, he said, are pretty even. And on any given day, those teams would be able to certainly beat each other as they're going through. I asked him if he knew a little bit about the conference tournament that was coming up, and he's excited about the format that the Badgerland has. It's one of the few conferences in hockey, and I would say in any of the sports that I have seen, that actually has a conference tournament. You play each team once, get your seeding, and then you're going to play into the conference, where the first games are played at the top 4 seeds home rinks. And then from there, the conference tournament will move to Appleton, where all of the games will take place as they play a 8-man bracket, basically, with a winner side and a loser side playing each other. And what is also pretty decent about that Badgerland Conference tournament, as we get ready for that's coming up, I'm going to be broadcasting all games for Waupun and for St. Mary's Springs and for Fond du Lac, as long as there is no conflicts that will take place. If there are some conflicts, then I will have to make some decisions. I probably will, because I'm going to be broadcasting for Radio Plus Info, and that means that I probably will end up having to broadcast those Fond du Lac games first. But we'll see how things actually pan out once we do move into the Badgerland Conference play, which will be coming up, I believe, in next week. I got to double check here the calendar. I think today is the 20th, so the first game that would be in 2 weeks, I believe it is. The first game for that conference tournament is going to be January 29th, if I remember correctly. It's a Tuesday. So these teams are hoping to find out where they're going to be sitting once that seeding takes place. Right now, again, these two teams, Waupun is technically a point ahead of Shawano, because They've got that tie with Appleton, so Shawano sitting down with an 0 and not sure how many games. Let me double check here quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Today will be their 5th game, so they're currently 0 and 4 right now in the conference. That doesn't seem right. That's 0 and 5. I forgot that Oshkosh game that's up there. And the Waupun Warriors are 0, 4 and 1. With games left between Shawano tonight, and they've got Fox Cities also coming up on their schedule. And Shawano has Appleton still left in the Badgerland Conference play as we get ready here. Let's talk a little bit about the Shawano program here as we get ready for the teams to hit the ice and get ready for the introductions. Tonight is senior night here in Waupun, so we'll make sure that we get the recognition for the seniors as part of one of the big traditions that takes place here at the high school level. Leading scorers for Shawano so far on the season is number 15, Louis Harabik. He's got 6 points on the season, 4 goals, 2 assists. Following him is with 6 points as well as Noah Davids, number 11. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists. Next on that order is Jacob Davids, who's got 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists. And Carson Stoss, who has 1 goal and 4 assists. So your goals leader is Louis Harabik with 4, and your assist leader on the team is Carson Stoss with 4 assists for the team. Again, I talked about their goalie a little bit, Dylan Prochaska in net, 842 goals against with a 832 save percentage. And coach is thinking that this is going to be one of a game and a battle between the 2 goalies. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Holman, and then we'll come back and talk about the Waupun Warriors here. You're listening to Jeff's Hour here on Jeff's live stream. Hope that you'll enjoy our broadcast, and here is one of our sponsors.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Holman family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Holman.
Welcome back here to the Waupun Community Center as we go through the starting lineup for the visiting Shawano Bonduel Clintonville Hawks. In at one center is going to be Noah Davids, and he's going to be flanked by one forward Jacob Davids, and the other forward will be Lee Davids. His defensive partners will be Sam Arneson and Louis Harabik, and in net will be Dylan Prochaska. For the Waupun Warriors starting lineup for tonight, it is going to be our varsity, our seniors getting some recognition tonight. So starting, it'll be number 8 for the Waupun Warriors, Cade Hartrink, and number 10, Keegan Zimmerman, and number 12, Cole Fisher. And at defense will be number 11, Kyler Rice, and his D partner, as I mentioned before, was number 8, Cade Hartrink. And in net, outstanding senior goalie for the Waupun Warriors, Tyler Fromholtz. It's unusual that we do this, but I am making sure that we get the national anthem by Scotty Van Galen.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched.
Once again, thank you to Scotty Van Galen, who does all of our announcing for our varsity hockey games as well as for the Waupun Warriors baseball team and does the national anthem live. So thank you again to Scotty Van Galen. Let's quickly talk about some of the Waupun Warriors program players here. As I mentioned, outstanding senior Tyler Fromholtz in net on senior night here with a .327 goals against average and a .931 save percentage with 3 shutouts so far on the season. He has faced 671 shots and has saved 625. So that is almost 70 more shots than Dylan Prochaska has faced on the season. And obviously with that .327 save percentage, he has done his utmost best to keep the Waupun Warriors in every one of the contests, battling in net for the Waupun Warriors. And you'll hear me talk about him often as we get into this contest, and most people know that if you're a Waupun Warriors fan, I have high praise for Tyler Fromholtz. My son played goalie in the 2017-18 season when they won the Badgerland Conference Championship in the regular season and just happened to lose to Fond du Lac Springs, who had qualified for the state tournament, and there's only one division. You battle those teams constantly along with U School, and you've got to be outstanding every night, and unfortunately the Waupun Warriors back in 2017-18 were unable to do so. But Tyler Fromholtz, you've heard me talk about him, that I think he is by far just as good. I actually think he's a little bit better than what Caleb was as a goalie. And Caleb hates for me to say that, but it's true. Save right there by Prochaska as their first shot comes in for the Waupun Warriors. Going for a change for the forwards, coming back on the ice. Dumped down low by the defense. Cade Hartrink coming in on the forecheck. Hayden Reeder, that's going to come all the way through, and as long as Fromholtz doesn't touch it, it doesn't. It's going to be an icing. Leading scorers for the Waupun Warriors. Goals for the Waupun Warriors is number 9, Mason Holtz, with 9 goals so far on the season. And then there's a drop-off. The next one is number 22, Micah Buckles, and then number 7, Payson Lando. Buckles with 5, Lando with 4. Assist leaders on the team go to Hayden Reeder. He's got 7. Dakota Stevens, the defenseman, with 5. And then there's a host of players with 3 that are following that. Held in the zone here for the Waupun Warriors. Both of these teams are winless right now in the Badgerland Conference. And as long as there is no tie, one team will finally get the lead. There is the leading scorer for the Waupun Warriors. Mason Holtz behind the net on the King Manufacturing logo. Tried to center it. Good job there by the defense for Shawano to pick that off. Coming back the other way. Nice poke check there by the Warriors. Defense in the neutral zone. Skating with it is number 6. That is Bryce Madison. Or Bryson, sorry about that. We'll work on getting the names. Also, just as most people also know that I am the videographer. Shot with that ricochet on it. That's net. Prochaska with the save, getting back into net to make the save there to keep the 0 up on the board for the Waupun Warriors. Shot blocked into the shin guards. Dumped in there by the freshman Dylan Pribino playing defense. Mason Holtz centers it. Gets it over to Micah Buckles on the King logo. Comes back at the goal line. Switching positions. Looking back. Holes from behind, looks to center. There it is for Buckles. Buckles shot, and it's going to squirt through the 5-hole, and the Waupun Warriors at the 15-10 mark are going to score their first goal. Micah Buckles is going to get that first goal with a fantastic assist coming around from behind by Mason Holtz at the 15-10 mark on the clock. And the Waupun Warriors come out and jump out to a 1-0 lead. Now, for those that have watched the last couple of games, you know that that's not a surprise. Warriors had jumped out on their last 2 opponents, Oshkosh and I'm trying to think of who I take that back. I didn't see the Monona Grove game, so I apologize for that. But the last 2 home games, Cedarburg and Oshkosh, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead and were unable to hold that lead. Good job again here by the Waupun Warriors offense, putting all kinds of attack pressure on. Hartrink drags it out. It's going to be forced to be dumped in. It is. Prochaska is going to put it into the corner for Shawano. Trying to pick it up is number 21. That's Sam Arneson. Gets it into the neutral zone, and it's turned over there, as that was number 6, Bryson Madison, who made the turnover. And that's going to be an icing, and we'll get a face-off back down here in the Waupun Warriors offensive zone. And you can see over on the glass, Tyler Fromholtz, one of the seniors, number 31 is up there. Number 19, Quinn Bailey, the other senior, and number 12, Cole Fisher. And we'll hear from them. Scotty Van Galen will give us a little bit of a synopsis of their career on senior night here in Waupun. Quinn Bailey out there right now, has it on his stick, makes a couple of moves. He's got number 12, Cole Fisher, shot wide. Had a chance to move it over there as Fisher was open and instead decides to take the shot. Dylan Privino moves it to his D partner. That's number 10, Keegan Zimmerman. Held, looking to move it. Gets it over to Dakota Stevens. Stevens makes a good pass. Here's a 2-on-1 entry zone. Here come the Warriors. Good pass over there to Fisher, who went it off his stick, then gives it back over to Bailey, I believe that was. Nope, that is Zimmerman who had it. Tried to get the pass over to Fisher. Went just a little bit too hard on that 2-on-1 entry into the zone. Skating back with it now. Coming into the neutral zone. Number 16 is Carson Stoss. Shot onto Tyler Fromholtz, who puts it into the corner. That shot came from Aiden Ballou. Another shot there. Went wide. It's going to come all the way back as it wraps around, and it's going to be picked up there by number 8, Blake Knopp. Knopp with it. Looks to skate. Warriors coming in on the forecheck. Hayden Reeder gets the skate in the way. It's going to be picked up in the Warriors zone. Kyler Rice moves it over to his D partner. Tries to make a pass through people. Was number 8, Cade Hartrink. Mason Holt settles it down, banks it off the wall, gets it to Reeder. Reeder's going to get met right there by Bryson Madison as he had his head down trying to find the puck. Picked up, Hartrink swings it to Rice. Rice feeds it into the center. Coming back with it is Reeder. Reeder makes a move on the D. Stops at the top of the circle. Looks to make a move into the center. Had a chance there. Got it over to Payson Landell, who was unable to control it. And Shawano trying to stop this attack. Hayden Reeder picks it up, gets it back over. And a nice defensive block there by Bryson Madison for the Shawano Hawks. Dumped down by Fromholtz. Going in on the forecheck. Two-person forecheck, but neither one of them had any success for the Warriors. Was Landell and Reeder. Comes back over. Landell loses it off of his skates. It's going to be picked up by Rice. Rice is going to go into the zone himself. Takes it in, starts to walk, looks, plays it back, and it through the 5-hole is Kyler Rice for the goal for the Waupun Warriors. Rice comes skating around the circle and goes right through the 5-hole at the 11:50 mark for the second goal for the Waupun Warriors as they go up 2-0 here on the Shawano Hawks. Not sure if they're going to get an assist. I don't think there was one. I think that was Rice all alone, but we'll see if that's what they call it. Typically it would be if you skated 2 lines. They don't usually give that that assist. It goes unassisted to Kyler Rice to pick up the goal. They're offsides, and they were waiting for him to come back onside. And unable to do so was number 18, Nate Batzler for the Waupun Warriors. So we're going to have a face-off right in front of the Shawano bench. Picked up there. Batzler was won by the Warriors, and Batzler had it, dropped it down low, and it turned over. Going to be chipped in, pitchfork there by Dakota Stevens. Picked up by number 15, Lewis Harabik. Turned over in front, Prochaska makes the save. Batzler with it against the corner, battling hard. Jonas Buckles is in here. Tried to get it over with Micah Buckles. So we got Buckles, and Batzler, the law firm. I like that nickname the coaches were talking about there, so we'll stick with that as long as they stay together. Dakota Stevens dumped it in low. Here comes Quinn Bailey in on the forecheck, throws a shoulder, picked up by the defense, shot by Prochaska, makes the save, but he leaves a juicy rebound. Dakota Stevens tries to make the shot and unable to do so. Now it's going to be cleared out. That's going to be number 22, Lee Davids, and he's going to end up beating the stanchion. And there's going to be a icing, I'm wondering is the call. I saw the hand go up. It is an icing that's going to be coming back here, as Shawano was behind the line and dumped it down low. And you've heard me talk about this before, icing, so think of it as a two-line pass. If it crosses the two lines, the blue and the red, here it is usually an icing call. If it goes all the way down before it is touched by either the opposing player or your player. Bailey shot right into the shoulder of Prochaska, knocks it down. Trying to get it out are the Hawks. Picked up there. Hartrink dumps it low, then loses an edge. Forecheck coming in by Bailey, taken away. A nice steal there by number 10 for the Warriors, Keegan Zimmerman. Shot towards the net. You had number 14, Ashton DeMoss, sitting there on the doorstep looking for the tip. Coach said he was going to run 3 lines, and I think that certainly will make a huge difference. Going back to pick it up is going to be Hartrink. Hartrink has it. Back behind the net, turned out in front. Shot, saved there by Tyler Fromholtz. Puts it back behind the net. Chipped off of the wall. Trying to clear. The Warriors still held in there by Shawano. Picked up there by the center, Hayden Reeder. He's going to try and get it around. He does. Gets it over to Cade Hartrink. That's going to go down, and that's going to be an icing on the Waupun Warriors. So once again, the only consequence is that you're going to get a face-off down here in front of your goalie, making it a little bit closer. But when your goalie is Tyler Fromholtz, you're not worried about that. You'll take that icing all day long and get a change of fresh players out there to help make a difference here in this contest. And 9:17 here in the first period on the Waupun Youth Hockey scoreboard. Give a shout out to the Waupun Youth Hockey Association. Good recovery there by number 8, Blake Knope. But a good forecheck there by Mason. Payson Landel had it there for a second at the King Manufacturing, turns it over. Dylan Pribino steps in, pitchforks it down back below. Picked up there with a center ice breakout, picked off by Pribino. He keeps it in the blue line, sends it towards the net, but it's going to be kicked down with a skate by Knope. And that's going to get dumped back in. That'll be an icing on Shawano. And we're going to have a face-off coming back here to the Trapper side of Prochaska. 8:48. Huge shout out again to the Waupun Youth Hockey Association. They built me this fantastic broadcast booth, so I have the opportunity to bring you what I think is a quality broadcast. Obviously, as I mentioned before, I do everything up here, so I'm the video engineer, the sound engineer, the instant replay engineer, and the broadcaster. I love doing it all, but sometimes I'm going to miss something, so I'm going to apologize right now up front. But I do hope you'll go on my YouTube page and pick this up. It's going to be sitting there underneath a live broadcast. So underneath the live tab, you'll be able to find it. Reeder now with it in the corner. Makes a move, tries to skate it himself. Tried to chip it, but hit it right into number 6 for Shawano, Bryson Madison. So we got some zone time here for Shawano. Reeder tries to change directions, give it over to Dakota Stevens. Stevens tries to get a center ice breakout, had it there for a second, goes underneath Mason Holt's stick. He's unable to catch it, and that's going to be an icing on the Warriors. 8:02 here in the first period on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. Waupun Youth Hockey is completely volunteer run. You've got a board of directors or executive directors who are responsible for running this entire association. That goes from taking care of the ice, taking care of the facilities, making sure the locker rooms and everything are cared for, finding all of the officials for all of the youth games, making sure that all of the equipment is taking place, the skate sharpening, you name it. Everything is done by the Waupun Youth Hockey Association members and directors. Out front, good job there by Shawano to clear. Good defensive protection, as you did have Jonah Buckles sitting down below, who scored his first goal. I didn't get a chance. I apologize to the fans out there for the Warriors. I didn't get a chance to look closely at the Monona Grove results. I do know that it was 5-2 that they lost a game that we probably should not have lost. But losing begets losing, I guess you could say. And right now the Warriors are just struggling to hold on to leads. They get the leads, and then they've just been struggling to maintain those leads in their contests. Let's see if that is going to change tonight, as the Waupun Warriors are now up 2-0. If you haven't had a chance to come down and see our rink, I certainly would encourage you to come down and check this out. It is a fantastic facility, old facility, built in the 70s, but you would never know it. We've got the bright lights, and without the sponsorship of the city of Waupun, there is no way that we would be able to have youth hockey, but they do continue to provide support, helping offset some of the costs that are taking place with their facility. Banks it off of the board as Dakota Stevens is going to say that he had crossed the red line when he did that. Warriors now have it back out in the neutral zone. Bailey has it. He's going to try and come in the zone way too soon as Dakota Stevens to head down and trying to bring in the attack. Didn't see Dakota Stevens was still in the zone. 2-0 here on that Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. Face-off right here. Bailey in at center. He's got Ashton DeMa back at D. Dakota Stevens dumps it. Warriors are going to go in on the forecheck. That's going to be Cole Fisher. Try to get there first, but he doesn't. I'm struggling with the way the Waupun Warriors try to run their forecheck. They go in and they dump it in deep, and nobody is going in super hard to try and pick up that puck. And that really puts a lot of pressure on your forwards to try and stop them from breaking out, and that's usually what's been happening as teams are able to do so. The Warriors need to work hard on their forecheck and get in there with some pressure and see if they can pick up the puck once they make that dump. Otherwise, it's just an automatic turnover. Might be deep, but you're not going to get much scoring opportunities when that happens. And we've seen that from some of the other teams. Trying to move it, Warriors. Bailey had it in the center, lost it. Comes back to number 16, that's Carson Stoss. Had it out front. Fromholtz gets inside the post, ends up knocking the net off and gets the save on that shot. As you can see on the replay. 5:52 left still on the clock. The Waupun Warriors with a 2-0 lead over the Shawano Hawks, who are combined with Bonduel and Clintonville. I spent a year up in that area. I was the superintendent at the Boulder School District and had good, tight connections with all of the superintendents up there for that year. And then it was the year that we started with the COVID and decided that I was not the person to be running the school district and decided that it was time to move back home and pick up just an education job in teaching. Nice job there. Prochaska makes the save as it was shot in by Landel, trying to hold it in the zone. Rice. Then it gives it over to Hartring. Hartring dumps it in low, and he gets met there by number 22, Lee Davids, who puts him on his backside. Back in front, Landel has it in the low mid-slot there. Turned it over at the hash marks. Rice gets it down to Mason Holtz. Holtz with a chance. Centers. Over there's Landel. Good save there by Prochaska. Landel unable to pull the trigger right away. That was a good feed again by Mason Holtz. Adding to the assist total tonight. He's got one as a beautiful feed that he gave there to Micah Buckles. Holtz again. Prochaska plays it back into the corner. Picked up there by Reeder. Reeder makes a couple of moves. Has it knocked off of his stick by the Hawks. Number 16, Carson Stoss. Back in front. Mason Holtz was on that back door, unable to get hold of that on that saucer pass. Nice job there by Cade Hartring to hold it in the zone. And there's where I was talking about the forecheck pressure, and they end up turning it over. And now Shawano with possession, trying to break it up, but here comes the Warriors. Hayden Reeder has it. Cross-ice pass, unable to connect with Nate Batzler. Reeder's going to go to the bench, as Batzler typically is your senior. He's out there right now with the Warriors. Micah Buckles comes in at center. Batzler is playing wing tonight. Picked up there by Shawano's number 11, Noah Davids. Down in the corner. Tried to get it out front. Fromholtz with the save. Good save there as that came out to number 18, Jacob Davids, but Fromholtz read it all the way and came out and power slid and was able to cover the bottom of the ice to keep that 0 up on the board. Micah Buckles with it behind the net. Tries to reverse directions, but he's got two players there. Some talk and conversation needs to take place between these Warriors, letting them know not to reverse. Chip back out for Shawano as they reset in the neutral zone. Good pass, but it's picked off there by the Warriors. Trying to get it back. That's off of the skate to Batzler. Cross-ice pass again into the skates instead of on the stick. So some of the fundamentals, again, that the Warriors need to work on here if they're going to be competitive coming into that Badgerland Conference tournament. Making some tape-to-tape passes. What's happening right now is the Warriors also, because they're skating with their sticks up in the air, what people are seeing to make the pass is the skates, so that's where it goes to. So need to give that target, put that target down on the ice instead of skating around with it up in the air. Save there by Tyler Fromholz, chips it up into the netting at the 3:04 mark, and we get a whistle in front of Fromholz. Two to nothing is your lead here for the Waupun Warriors. And once again, at the last two home contests, they had a 2-goal lead. Fromholz with the save. And that takes nothing away from Tyler Fromholz. The teams came out and on fire, and our defense just let us down in those contests. Save there by Fromholz on that old upside-down glove save with a big trapper for Fromholz. At the 2:50 mark. Warriors going to go for a change, trying to see if I can pick up who's in at center. Reeder had it chipped against the wall. Payson Landel was in the neutral zone, has it. He chips it in low. It's going to go down behind Prochaska. And once again, the forecheck is just not there, and the puck comes all the way back out to the neutral zone for the Warriors. Makes the pass over there to Mason Holtz. Tries to knock it off of the stick. Picked up there. Here comes Reeder in. He's got Holtz trailing behind. Shot off of the pad of Prochaska, who puts it over towards the corner. Landel has it. Dumps it down low. Two Warriors down below the goal line. Going into the corner now is going to be Landel. He's going to go in on the forecheck, see if he can pick it up, and it's going to be picked up by Reeder. Reeder has it over to Holtz. Good job there on the defense to tie it up. Prochaska, very aggressive, comes out of the net. Good stick check there. Picked up there by Mason Holtz. He's going to get tied up. Tried to hold it in the zone and just turns it over. It's going to be picked up there by Kyler Rice. Rice with it. Bangs it into the corner. Warriors trying to break it out. Gets it over to Landel, who turns it over. Oh, just outside of the pad. But I don't think he could have got it there anyways, because I think that Tyler Fromholz had the perfect angle. That's going to be chipped down low, and that is going to be an icing, I believe, on the Waupun Warriors. Yep, with a minute 34 left here on the Waupun Warriors with a 2-0 lead right now over the Shawano Hawks. Faceoff's going to be to the blocker side of Tyler Fromholz, the regular goalie, meaning that he plays with the stick in that right hand. Picked up there by Jonas Buckles. He slams on the brakes through the legs. That was a great pass. Unable to get the stick on it was Cole Fisher. Or I take that back. Nate Bassler was crashing in that nice pass through the legs for Jonas. Picked up in the corner. Trying to hold it in the zone, and taking it away is number 8, Blake Knope, and that's going to be an icing, as we're going to have a face-off coming back down at the other end of the ice. 1:07 left here in the first period. I believe that they're going to talk about the seniors, so we will stay here and listen to what they're going to talk about with the seniors. So I'll turn up that outside mic, and as long as there's not too much interference, hopefully we'll be able to hear Scotty Van Galen talking about our 3 seniors that are being recognized tonight. Again, you can see down in their corner their faces, their big heads, and their numbers. Skating with it. Good job there to step up and knock him off of the puck. I believe it was Dakota Stevens, as that was a nice attack coming from Noah Davids. And then the Warriors get an icing and a whistle with 45 seconds left here in the first period on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. The Waupun Warriors with a 2-0 lead over the Shawano Hawks. Battling in there is Quinn Bailey as he was taking on Davids. Got to be cautious here. Noah Davids. We got 3 of them skating for the Hawks. Coming back the other way is Bailey. Crash into the net off of the chest of Prochaska. He had with him Keegan Zimmerman. Took the shot up high. No rebound opportunity there to get a shot back at the red line. Turned over there. That's Noah Davids again making a couple of moves at the blue line. Does get it in before there's an offsides. So the puck entered before all of the players from Shawano. Bailey with it. Makes a move. Should try and pass it to clear it. Coming back with it. Shot in there by Dama. Picked up there by Zimmerman. Dama tried to get that shot with about 3 seconds left. Prochaska sees it, battles, kicks it off into the corner. Zimmerman tried to pick it up and try and get a last-second shot, but unable to do so for the Waupun Warriors. 6 save for Tyler Fromholz in the period, and 15 for Dylan Prochaska. Again, I believe that they're going to talk about our seniors here, so if they're going to do so, I'm going to make sure that I zoom in and make sure that we can also hear Scotty Van Galen on the call for our seniors that are being recognized tonight. And let's take a look.
Tyler was 5 when he first started skating, and evidently the wrong guy says his favorite thing about hockey is the pace of the game and being with the boys. His best memory of playing hockey is winning the state tournament and being Waunakee in the sectional semifinal in overtime. The best part of hockey off ice is ice fishing with teammates and secret Santa during Christmas. Tyler posts embarrassing hockey moments whenever he wakes up for everyone to see. First off, he'd like to thank his parents for giving him the opportunity to play hockey his whole life. Huge thank you to all my coaches, especially my dad, for all the goalie coaching he's given me. I know it hasn't been easy. I'd also like to thank all past and present teammates for giving me unforgettable memories. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for a career or school yet. I'm glad to play junior hockey and see if I can find a college to play for. My backup plan may be something in the trades. Number 31, Tyler Waupun. He's been playing hockey for 15 years since he was 3 years old. His favorite thing about hockey is messing around with the puck and throwing it in the air. His best memories are from attending hockey camps in Appleton and hockey and subs camps in Minnesota. The best part of hockey off ice is friendships and skills he developed. My best hockey memory is during my sport year when we beat Waupun 10-0 and everyone got on the score sheet. I'd like to thank my youth hockey coaches, Shawano, Corey Buckles, and his dad, Warren. After high school, he plans to work for a bit and hoping to travel once COVID restrictions ease up. Number 19, Quinn Bailey. And our final senior, number 12, Philip Fisher. Both started playing hockey at the age of 10 when he joined Try Hockey for free in Vietnam and was hooked with the love of the game. The following year, Cole joined Waupun Youth Hockey's Kiwis and played 2 years as a wing. Sophomore year, his hockey journey took an unseen twist as he needed a JV goalie. Cole stepped up to the team and took on the new position. He did a great job of doing pipes for the team. Junior year, Cole returned to his position as wing on the ice and continues to play the wing position as a senior. He has enjoyed the highs and lows of playing for the Warriors and has given his all to the hockey program. Cole's post-hockey plans include joining the U.S. Marine Corps. Home league for boot camp in August. Number 12, Cole Fisher. Thanks, gentlemen.
And there are the Waupun Warriors seniors for the 2021-22 season, as we're going to miss those 3 gentlemen once the high school season ends. If given everything you got and you heard everything that they were talking about there, that all of them have skated, and that's one of the things that Waupun is really proud of, that these kids, no matter, some of the numbers have dwindled a couple of years, and now we're back on the rebound, but the Waupun Warriors strictly are a Waupun program. There is no going out and searching for some other co-ops. They had to do a little bit with the Beaver Dam programs through some of the Pee-wees and through some of the Bantam years just to make sure that the youth was able to continue to field those teams, but the Waupun Warriors high school program continues to be a Waupun area junior senior high school program on its own. I'm going to give a quick messages from King Manufacturing and one of our sponsors over on the right-hand side. WDS Construction has their zone that they have sponsored, and we appreciate that, as well as the home and auto sales offensive zone for the Waupun Warriors in the first period. We'll give a shout out to those sponsors, and we'll come back here as soon as the Zamboni is done for the second period. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. I'd love you to send me an email. You can see my email address is up there, livestreamjeff@gmail.com. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're watching the game from, and let us know who your favorite players are. I know I shared before, and I know people are sitting there, no, we jinxed it the last time, Jeff. You told us. We send an email, and 99% of the time, 90% of the time, the team wins with the most comments. And last time, the Warriors had the most comments against Cedarburg, and they lost. So let's see if we can reverse that trend tonight. Send me those emails, let me know, and we'll give a shout out to those kids here on senior night at the Waupun Community Center. You are listening to Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live streams. We'll be back after these messages and as we get ready to clean the ice here at the Waupun Community Center in Waupun, Wisconsin.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Joining us now from the other bar, Main Street, Waupun, our good buddy Steve.
Check out the games, check out the sporting events. We got our specials all week long. Beer specials all week long. Got lots of great beer in here. Come check out. So stop down, and always on the weekends we got our great buy one get one half off appetizer special, bucket specials for the games. It's always a good place to come hang out and forget about things for a while.
Of course, always your great lunch specials here at the other bar.
Yep, every day you got hot beef and hot turkey sandwiches down here, hot soups, quick specials, try to get you in and out, and always our really good burgers and pizzas, so come try those whenever you want.
Again, join the other bar for great specials during the Packer game Saturday night. Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Pabst 16-ounce cans on special during the game for just $2.50. Stop on by and get a pizza during the game. Get some great appetizers, a burger, and more. The Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun, open for the big game coming up on Saturday night. Like them on Facebook and log on to theotherbarwaupun.com. The Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun.
Steve, thank you very much. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Back here to the Waupun Community Center as we get ready here for the second period. We're still finishing up the Zamboni. Looks like he's got one more pass to make. And I was just checking out there, and I'm sitting here going, oh, man, I've got all kinds of things to read. It's senior night. These guys are going to be putting all kinds of emails out there congratulating our seniors for everything that they've done. I got none. I need you guys to jump out there on your email, livestreamjeff@gmail.com. Let these seniors know you appreciate all the work that they've done for this Waupun Warriors program. Let me know who your favorite players are for the Waupun Warriors. You're listening there from the Shawano Hawks? Let us know that you're also cheering for your players. Everybody's going to be able to go back and watch this video, and they're going to know when I make those announcements out there of who is out there as their biggest fans. And watching this game out there. I know that I've got people out there streaming this thing, so make sure that you send me that email. Let me give a shout out to the players and to those teams. So thank you. I've got one coming here from Mike and Missy in Appleton, rooting for the Waupun Warriors. Our favorite player, let me guess, leading scorer for the Waupun Warriors, number 9, Mason Holtz, the nephew So thanks, Mike and Missy, for giving us a shout-out. Let's see a win tonight for those Waupun Warriors. We know they can do it, and I certainly agree. Those Warriors have snapped that streak that they've had of going in with 2-goal lead at the end of the first period. It's time for them to really bounce back hard and come out here and see if they can put another 2 up on that board for the Waupun Warriors and take that lead. And let's give a shout-out again to the seniors here on senior night in Waupun. And again, thank you to the Waupun Warriors youth directors as they take care of the ice. They do a fantastic job here. I know that there's been multiple people who have been taking care of it, but I just wanted to give a shout-out again to Brett Privino, who was doing the Zamboniing tonight, who in the several years that my son was playing at the high school level, he took care and made sure we have some of the best ice. And as you heard me talk about, if you haven't had a chance to come and see this facility, you need to get down here. Look how pristine that ice looks. You can see the lines perfectly. Yep, there's a couple of grooves in there, but the Waupun Warriors, or Waupun Youth Hockey Association, people do a fantastic job of taking care of the ice out there. Once again, send me those emails to livestreamjeff@gmail.com so that we can give a shout out to your favorite players. And again, I'm glad that you're joining us from Appleton. Let us know where else you're joining us from for this broadcast as we get ready here for the second period of action at the Waupun Community Center. You can see the Shawano Hawks are coming out to take their bench with Coach Travis Olson and Coach Lee Davids, and Coach Jen Meisner, I believe, is the third coach for Shawano. It was great to talk to them as we were getting ready here for this contest. I've known Travis way back from our days with the Gamblers and up in Appleton, and when he was running his Olson hockey development, and he certainly did some good things there to help make sure that my son had some good experiences while he was up at the Gamblers. So I really appreciated the opportunity to meet again and connect with Travis. I'm glad to see that he still is in the coaching ranks. I'm glad to see that the Shawano program is coming back and getting some hockey once again. The hockey community and families are small, and it's nice to make sure that we've got programs that are continuing to grow here in the state of Wisconsin. And welcome to the Badgerland Conference. I'm sure that that's not one of the things that they necessarily wanted to see when you're going to face a Neenah and a Fond du Lac Springs and a Fond du Lac. But a couple of years with this experience, they'll have an opportunity to see if they can squeeze out a win. And it certainly is not over yet here at the Waupun Community Center as we get ready for the drop of the puck. Waupun Warriors with a 2-0 lead. Let's quickly give a synopsis. At the 15-10 mark, Micah Buckles with a beautiful goal on the assist from Mason Holes to make it 1-0. And then at the 11:50 mark on the clock, again, I give on the clock. I couldn't give the elapsed times, but most people don't follow along with that. So 11:50 on the clock, Kyler Rice picked one up in the neutral zone and was able to go on the attack himself and wrap one in and put it between the 5-hole of the goalie Dylan Prochaska to get the 2-0 lead for the Waupun Warriors. Here in the second period, going with it is Quinn Bailey. He's got open ice, walking in, shot through the 5-hole under the arm of Prochaska for the third goal for the Waupun Warriors. So thank you out there to Mike and Missy Holtz for giving us that streak to break it, and the Waupun Warriors put a third goal up on the board. 16-25 for the Warriors. Quinn Bailey is going to get the goal. I think it's unassisted, and because I was so excited about that third goal, I forgot to hit the instant replay, so I apologize for that, Quinn. You'll just have to go back and watch the original shot over and over. Make sure to see if there's going to be an assist. I'm going to pick that up from Scotty Van Galen. Senior night goal for Quinn Bailey to score unassisted here in tonight's contest. Shot, Prochaska is able to put it back into the corner. The Warriors now with a 3-0 lead over the Shawano Hawks, trying to seek out their first victory in Badgerland play. Nice pass there by Landel. Backhand shot there by Mason Holes, unable to get enough lift on it to get it past Prochaska. Landel did a good job of feeding it to him. Moving it out. Back down in there with a forecheck is Hayden Reeder for the Warriors. Shawano trying to get it out. Chipped there by number 24, Aiden Ballou. He clears it. Good pass over here to number 22, Lee Davids. Davids knocks it down, keeps it in the zone, has a chance. Shot wide of the net as he will try to go up over the blocker shoulder of Tyler Fromholtz. Just missing wide of the net. There is not much room usually with Fromholtz. His gets beat when we talked about this before. No goalie can protect their backside. That's an almost impossible save to make. He's made some amazing saves from there in making the read. But that's probably the spot that the Waupun Warriors also got to protect on the defense. Nice pass there, getting it to Reeder. Reeder picks it up, moves it over to Holtz. Holtz across the blue line. He's got room. Looks, shot, save there by Prochaska. And Mason Holes at the 14:50 mark here in the second period. Holes had Jonas Buckles going with him, decided to take it himself. Buckles overplays it a little bit and ends up going down as a save. The puck was sitting there if Jonas would have been crashing right to the net instead of going with him. Micah Buckles now with it. Tries to feed into the center. Nobody there. It's going to be picked up by number 18, Jacob Davids. For Shawano, the official linesman goes down, gets back up. Shot saved by Prochaska. There's a good shot there by Micah Buckles. Trying to get it back out in front was Nate Batzler. Just a little bit too much on it. Warriors back in the neutral zone. Warriors came out on fire. Nice little chip pass there by Jonas Buckles to give it to cousin Micah. Back to Jonas. Chips it towards the net. Knocked down there by the defense for Shawano. Back across the blue line comes the Hawks. That was number 18, Jacob Davids. Picked up by the Warriors. Kyler Rice, goal scorer for this evening on an unassisted goal. He's got an opportunity here. Odd man rushes. He's got Buckles going with him. Shot way too far out. He could have walked that baby in and tried to pull the same thing that he did before. Takes the shot from the blue line. Makes it an easy save for the goalie. On a perfect opportunity on an odd man rush. 2-1. Rice this time takes it again, kicks it in. But there are Hawks sitting back there for Shawano to stop the attack. Coming back with it, Quinn Bailey. Good contact there. A little bit of rubbing with Noah Davids. Trying to make the move is Blake Knope. Turned over there by Dakota Stevens. Good strong stick. Stevens tries to pick it up. Does back behind the net in the corner, skating with it. Coming back with it is the Warriors. Picked up there by Quinn Bailey. Scored the last goal for the Warriors at the blue line. Shot again. That's an easy save when you take that shot from the blue line, especially when you don't have any forecheck pressure. Warriors got to be smart. Take a look at where they're scoring their goals from. 13:09 here in the second period. Good hard contact there. Fromholtz comes out and plays it. That was Cole Fisher, one of the seniors, going in there, checking into the boards. Goal's got to be cautious out there. I know he's still skating a little bit injured. Nice blocker save there. That's a tough save as Fromholtz gets down to the ice, puts it into the corner. Here's a chance for the breakout. Turned over right in front. Dakota Stevens had it slide off of his stick. Warriors need to look to move it. Bangs it off of the wall. Gets it out. Held in there by Shawano. Dylan Pribino, the freshman, picks it up, puts it over to the board. Fisher chips it into the neutral zone. There's touched by Shawano, so it'll be no icing. As they come down, and now coming in on the forecheck is Reeder and Holz. Reeder down there is able to pick it off. Has Holz in front. Tipped. Over to the top. Good chance there by Mason Holz as he takes that shot right in front of the net. And a nice pass there by Hayden Reeder. Down in the corner. Picked up there by Payson Landel. Landel has it around the boards. Comes out to the top of the circle. Looks to make a move. Gets into the slot. Good back feed there. Has it on the backside. Good job there by the Shawano defense, number 8. I believe that was Blake Knope to lay out and take away that passing zone. Tries to make a move. It looked like that might have been offsides. It is. The official's able to catch it. At the 11:44 mark here in the second period, the Waupun Warriors with a 11:44 here on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. Sorry about that. Shot off the trapper of Tyler Fromholtz. Another save there for Fromholtz. Picked up. Got some comments that I'll see if I can pick up here at the next whistle. Kind of challenging with while I'm broadcasting, but we'll see if I've got a little bit of time. So I thank you folks for sending me those emails. Keep them coming. Going after it, Rice. Fromholtz comes out to play it. He gets into the neutral zone, feeds it. Be perfect on senior night to pick up an assist for Fromholtz. Micah Buckles down into the corner. Picked up, has somebody there, nobody to help. So he had a chance. It was coming out, but nobody was in the mid slot there for him in the middle of the ice. Shot blocked. Nice job there by Kyler Rice to get the skates in the way. Nice defensive play there by Dakota Stevens to protect. Coming back with it. Bangs it off of the wall. Beautiful touch pass to Jonas Buckles. Jonas slams on the brakes, loses an edge as he has it taken away from him. Stepping in on the nice read is Stevens. Shot gets the stick in the way is number 15, Louis Harabik. And Prochaska's going to get on top of it and get this whistle for Shawano. Quick shout out while we got the instant replay going here. Back here to live action. Jason Davids for Shawano, young Shawano team. Go Jacob, Noah, and Lee Davids. I'm glad that you're enjoying the live stream, and thank you for watching. I hope that you do enjoy the broadcast. Also a huge shout out, thank you from Jenny Stress. We'll come back to it. Live action here back at the community center on senior night here. Badgerland Conference action between Shawano. Whoa, not sure what was happening there, as that looked like that was headed from the wrong direction as Harabik put it back towards Prochaska. It's going to be banged off of the bench, and we're going to get a whistle. So let's see, I've got a Shawano fan watching on YouTube. My son is watching the game on YouTube and wondering if you could give him a shout out. I can. His name is LJ Stress. And his cousins, Jacob Davids, plays for Shawano. He said he's Jacob David's biggest fan. You bet, Jenny. And LJ, I know that he's going to come back. Jacob is going to be able to watch this broadcast, and he's going to know that you were there cheering for him from home in Shawano. I believe that's where you're watching from. I know that you're a Shawano fan. I don't want to make too much of an assumption. So, LJ, thanks for watching. I hope that you're enjoying the broadcast here from the Waupun Community Center. Appreciate all of the comments. Keep them coming. Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Looking for their first win in Badgerland Conference. They've got a tie against Appleton, but that's 1 point. They're looking for more. They had an opportunity to have a potential home game if they would have beat Oshkosh after they had that 2-goal lead. 2-on-2, Bailey this time gives it. Shot off the pipe. Keegan Zimmerman, chink off of the pipe, the best sound that a goalie can have. He had it there, and I think that Prochaska had gotten a blocker on it and kind of put it towards the pipe. It looked like that was a good shot there by Zimmerman. Kate Hartrink loses it. It's going to be turned over in the zone. Here's a chance. Fromholz gets the pad down on the ice. Here's a chance again. Nice clear there for the Waupun Warriors. Number 8, Cade Hartrink, playing his defensive position. Needs to get the stick on the ice and offer the target, though. The Warriors they got to work on those fundamentals and make sure that they're helping each other. Tried to give it over to Mason, who was cutting towards the center. Landel tries to dump it. They go back and tag, back on sides. Now they can go after it. Picked up there in the high slot. Tried to get it down. Nice pass in there to Reeder from Mason. Gets it over and picked up there by Dakota Stevens. Dakota has it. Looks. Bangs it off of the wall. Tried to get it over there to Landel. Does. Landel has it picked up. Comes in. Has it sitting in front of the blue line. Slap way wide and high by Dakota Stevens. Put towards the net there by Payson Landel. Reeder has it. Coming on the attack. Shot off of the helmet. Nice job there by Prochaska to slide out and take away the angle. There's a nice save there from the goalie. .8:14 left on the clock here in the second period on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. The Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead here on senior night. One there by the Warriors came back and a shot right away towards the net. I believe that was Micah Buckles. It was. Jonas now has it. Swings it over to Stevens. Stevens puts it against the wall. It's going to be picked up there by Micah. Micah with it at the blue line. Comes skating past the W. Gets it in. Comes into the zone with speed. Tries to get around the defense. Has it. Looking for somebody to feed it to. Nobody there. Takes it himself. Circles back around the face-off circle. Comes back into the slot. Good defensive sticks there by Shawano to get him in the passing zone. Picked up there now by the freshman, Dylan Primino. Drops it and gives it over to number 18, Nate Batzler. He tries to get in. He's offsides. Comes back onside for the Warriors. Picked up there. Micah Buckles dumps it down low. Jonas is going to go in on the forecheck, try and get there. Doesn't get there in time. And it's going to be wrapped back around, and it looks like it's going to be an icing call. And I apologize that I had the instant replay on the whole time. That's what happens when I'm watching some of the action. So I hope I gave you enough of a broadcast that you were able to get at least a visual picture in your own mind about what was taking place. 7:17, so I know I lost almost a whole minute there, so my apologies to the fans out there. Coming back, played down behind the net. Shawano now is going to be able to pick it up. Centers out front. Good job there as it was fed nicely by Quinn Bailey. Trying to get it out front, but unable to execute was Keegan Zimmerman, who was sitting in the front. Prochaska did a nice job of attacking. Picked up there by Bailey. Makes a move, tries to get it around, gets bumped off the puck. Picked up there by number 22, Lee Davids. Down into the corner. Knocked down by Zimmerman. Rice holds it into the zone. It's going to take a little bit of a bump. Coming back with it. Save by Prochaska at the 6:38 mark. Let's see if we can get back to some of those emails. Congrats to Waupun Warriors seniors from Joanne Zimmerman. Watching grandson Keegan Zimmerman from Lamira. Thanks a lot, Joanne. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Waupun Warriors are certainly going to appreciate all three of our seniors. And yep, Jason, I got you. I apologize for that. Shot into the glove of Prochaska. Makes the save. Shout out to all the seniors from Sarah Hartrink. Favorite player is Kate Hartrink. Of course, go Warriors. And a shout out to Tyler Fromholtz, Quinn Bailey, and Cole Fisher. Back here to live action at the Waupun Community Center. Save. So Warriors go on the attack. Pretty good pressure here for the Warriors, but they've only been able to put one in the back of the net so far. Picked up. Rice tries to hold it in the zone. Does. Gives it over to Reeder. Reeder has it. Looking. Mason Holes is in the slot. Trying to get it. Unable to get it to him. Now he's back in there. Reeder has it. Goes behind the net. Drops it. Giving it to Landel. So it's pretty hard to score down in the behind the goal line. Landel has it. Gives it back over to Reeder. Back over to Landel. Still down below. Now swings it all the way over to Mason Holes, who was down below. Landel tries to save as Reeder came back out in front. Chipped off of the wall, held in there nicely by number 8, Cade Hartrink. Just had that shout out coming there. Picked up there by Shawano, puts it in. Fromholtz is going to get on top of it, get the whistle, and give his players a chance to make the save, or make the change here at the 5:34 mark on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. Again, you can see those senior balloons and pictures over there straight ahead from the camera. Number 31, number 19, and number 12 are your seniors being recognized tonight. Dylan Pribino has it. 3 more years, and he'll be here for senior night. Dumped down low, picked up there by Shawano. Shawano has had a pretty decent second period. They just haven't had any offensive pressure on Fromholtz. They did have one good attack from what I saw, but again, without some pressure, you can't score goals unless you're hoping for something fluke to happen. Lewis Harabik up against the boards, battling there with Jonas Buckles. Picked away from the Warriors. Good pass. Oh, tried to get it over there to Batzler. Trying to see who that was. I think that's probably Dylan Pribino. Dakota Stevens holds it up against the board. That's going to be chipped low. See who gets there first. Pribino versus number 11, Noah Davids. And Davids gets to the puck first, puts it towards the net. Gets it to Tyler Fromholtz, puts it into the half wall. Batzler tries to clear. Ooh, nice layout there. And they're going to say that he was offside. So really close. I thought there is, I believe that is number 15. That might be number 16, Carson Stoss. I can't quite see the number real clear. Or number 15, Lewis Harabik, who laid out at the blue line to try and hold it in. Wasn't sure that puck came all the way out, but Stripes are right there on the ice. They've got the better view than I do from up here. Picked up there by Kyler Rice. He takes it, walks it this time in, has it knocked away. Good coverage back here by Cade Hartrink to get it back into the defensive play. And Rice also hustled. It's going to be ricocheted down in behind the King Manufacturing logo. Zoom out just a little bit more to give me a little bit more ability to, a little bit more forgiveness on the camera work. That one is held there by Carson Stoss, so I think it wasn't him the last time. Coming back with it is Quinn Bailey. He tried to chip it up to number 10, Keegan Zimmerman, and unable to get that one on his stick, and it's going to be an icing for the Waupun Warriors. 3:47 left here on the clock on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. The Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead right now over the Shawano Hawks. Picked up there by number 20. Hayden Reeder makes a good pass, rushing down there fast as Mason Holes, using his speed this time, gets there. Tried to center it and has it turned over. Now beat is Dylan, and coming with him is Nason, stays with it. Good job there on the back check by Mason Holes. Now he's going to pick it up again and try to go back the other way, and I'm sure that he's sucking a little bit of wind as it's 2 sprints up and down the ice. And if you haven't tried that, right off the tip of the glove, there was a good shot opportunity there by Shawano. Good check there on the rub was number 16, Carson Stoss. Landel chips it free, trying to get after it. Picked up there by Shawano in the neutral zone. Slap shot off of the skate of Dylan Pribino. He's going to stretch that foot a little bit as it bangs off of the boot. Picked up by Landel. Tries to chip it into the board, leaves it there for Pribino. Pribino tried to feed it over to Batzler. That's going to go off of the stick of a Shawano player. Let's see if we can quickly give some other shout-outs here. Jenny Stress, thanks. Watching from Nina, so thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you clarified that for me. Yep, Jason, I got that, so I apologize that I had it stuck there on the instant replay. Sometimes I'm jabbering away and not paying attention. My head is turned the other direction from my computer and can't necessarily see everything that's taking place. 2:45 coming up here before the second intermission. The Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead over the Shawano Bondwell Clintonville Hawks. Nice job there by Fromholz to leave it for Hartrink. Hartrink tries a cross-ice pass. They're waiting for somebody to come off the bench. Would have been successful. That's going to be offsides. They got to get back on. They tag. Now they can go back in. Bailey is going to be offsides again. Held in there nicely. Buckles makes a move. Tries to get around the defense. Back into the front. Nice pass in the center. Not unable to execute are the Warriors. It's going to come all the way back down. Fromholz, he's going to put it. Oh, nice job there. No icing. Ooh, I'm not sure why. They consider that he played it. It looked like it ricocheted off of the cage. Fromholz gets the stick in the way so they can't get the pass out front. In the neutral zone, trying to get after it first is Keegan Zimmerman. Tries to get in there, unable to do it first. Now he's got to get back on side. Does. Bailey has it at the blue line. Walks, slams on the brakes. Shot wide of the net. Into the corner. Picked up there by the Warriors at the figure skating logo. Back into the high slot. Shot saved by Prochaska. Coming back the other way is Shawano. Banks it off of the boards. Tries to get it over here to Noah Davids. In there battling. Trying to pick it up. Corner, forecheck, Cade Hartrink. Picked up by Bailey. He comes with a breakout. Center ice breakout and got lucky there that it was turned over. It's going to be dumped down into the zone. Going to pick it up is Zimmerman. Cross ice pass. Intercepted there by Reeder. He has to get back on side. Now it's touched. Oh, it's touched by a Shawano player. So should have been a live puck there. And the official's going to give the whistle at the 59-second mark. So you probably couldn't hear it, but I could hear it just a little bit through my headphones here. Scotty Van Galen making the announcement. For 1 minute left here in the period. Waupun Warriors are going to do a nice job here at home of getting at least a 3-goal lead now at the end of 2 periods. One of the things they hadn't been able to do in their last 2 home games. Mason Hole still has it back behind the net. Gets it out back and forth with him and Hayden Reeder. Tried to get out front to Landel, which was crashing, but he was tied up by the Shawano Hawks player. I'm not sure who that was exactly. I have to say, even if you got a small bench over there for Shawano, and they are doing a great job of still skating hard, going after every puck. They are still battling here, still hoping that they can get their first victory on the season here on the road in Waupun, which, again, is going to be tough anytime you're going to be on the road, and then you're facing one of the states. Shot by Mason Holes, knocked down by Prochaska. One of the state's best goalies in Tyler Fromholz. Fromholz all-state last year as a junior, honorable mention as a sophomore, and definitely will be a contender as a senior for the best goalie in the state. And that'll do it here for the second period as the Waupun Warriors with a 3-goal lead over the Shawano Hawks. Let's give a quick summary before we give some love to our sponsors that we have. So just wanted to double check and make sure I got the saves before I was in there, so apologize for that. 14 saves in that period for Prochaska for a two-period total of 29. Saves for Tyler Fromholtz, 7 for a two-period total of 13. I can tell you the Waupun Warriors have hardly seen at all in this season. Tyler Fromholtz only facing 13 shots in a game. And obviously you can see what a huge difference that makes with him having only those 13 shots on goal. I'm not sure what's happening here. I didn't pick up what was going on, so I'll see if I can pick up what's going on. Okay. Oh, pink out the rink. To Jessica Schultz down here, so the Waupun Warriors are recognizing $8,000 to Jenny Schultz and her family for battling breast cancer here. So a huge shout out to the Waupun Warriors program for continuing to do some outstanding things with their Pink Out the Rink Day fundraiser here at the Waupun Community Center. So it's a check presented for $8,000. So again, this is a testament to this program and to this community. These boys that are constantly always skating for the Waupun Warriors, and I feel myself getting choked up because I can remember all the hard work that went in for all those years that my son was part of this program. And when this was started, I've got to say this has probably got to be about our 8th or 9th year, and it might be even a little bit longer that this has been taking place. When assistant coach John Schubert was working here and was able to help put this Pink Out the Rink together. And since then, the Waupun Warriors continue to raise thousands of dollars for breast cancer in their Pink Out the Rink contests, and it's great. And they do everything they can to keep it local and to keep it to somebody who has a connection to the program. And it's unfortunate that the Waupun Warriors have people who are battling cancer who have close ties to the program. You certainly don't wish anybody to have any types of illness, and everybody knows the devastation that cancer can cause. But the close community here that we have with hockey in Waupun continues to provide support for their community members. So let me give some quick follow-up real quick here. So love seeing the hustle. Mason Holes from Mike and Melissa. Wishing the 3 seniors all the best with their future endeavors. I hope that they all get a chance to still continue to play hockey. One of the other things that has happened here is since some of the programs have come through here that have been pretty solid programs here. We've got some of them now in their 30s or so who are now wanting to do some skating. So we've got some alumni stuff that takes place as well as some old-timer hockey. So I hope that they'll continue to come back and participate in some of those programs and keep showing their Warrior pride. Sharon Davids, shout out to Jacob Davids from Grandma and Grandpa Davids and Uncle Chris. So awesome. Thanks, guys, for those shout outs. We're going to give some love to Home and Auto, King Manufacturing, and WDS Construction for their continued ice sponsorship here. And then we'll come back as the Zamboni finishes up here in the second intermission. And it's time for you guys to get out there and get on your emails and send me some more shout outs so I can get them to those players. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live streams from the Waupun Community Center. Badgerland Conference action here as the Waupun Warriors are taking on the Shawano Bonduel Clintonville Hawks. We'll be back for the third period.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Joining us now from the other bar, Main Street, Waupun, our good buddy Steve.
Check out the games, check out the sporting events. We got our specials all week long. Beer specials all week long. Got lots of great beer in here. Come check out. So stop down, and always on the weekends we got our great buy one get one half off appetizer special, bucket specials for the games. It's always a good place to come hang out and forget about things for a while.
Of course, always your great lunch specials here at the other bar.
Yep, every day you got hot beef and hot turkey sandwiches down here, hot soups, quick specials, try to get you in and out, and always our really good burgers and pizzas, so come try those whenever you want.
Again, join the other bar for great specials during the Packer game Saturday night. Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Pabst 16-ounce cans on special during the game for just $2.50. Stop on by and get a pizza during the game. Get some great appetizers, a burger, and more. The Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun, open for the big game coming up on Saturday night. Like them on Facebook and log on to theotherbarwaupun.com. The Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun.
Steve, thank you very much. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Welcome back to the Waupun Community Center as we get ready here for the start of the third period. Looks like the Zambonis got one more lap to go. Come back here and check some of the emails here, and I think on my last count, as I mentioned before, I've had pretty decent luck with not the last two games. I give you credit for that. But the team that has spent me the most shout-outs has been the team that has been able to pull out a victory here in my broadcast, and you can check that out on my baseball feeds as well as hockey feeds. In my last count, I believe that the Shawano Hawks might be ahead by one or two emails, so let's see what we've got here from the Waupun Warriors here. Shout out to the Warrior Hockeys and the seniors, especially Cole Fisher from Bumpa and Grandma Schaefer. So thank you for sending us that email and taking the time to text that out. Cole's going to reach back and look at this, and he's going to love seeing that his Bumpa and Grandma were out there watching this game, and that helps bring, I think it might be close now even here with Waupun, and the shout-outs for Shawano here. So I'm going to tell you, Waupun Warrior fans, get out there, get on your emails, get on your texts, send me those messages here. Make sure that our Waupun Warriors can get their first Badgerland Conference victory here with a 3-0 lead right now over the Shawano Hawks. Scoring took place like this in the first period. The Waupun Warriors with 15:10 on the clock, or if you like to go with the countdown, minute 50 into the game. The Waupun Warriors score on a beautiful goal by Micah Buckles, but was more impressive was the assist by Mason Holes, who fed it right out in front of Buckles, and he hammered one through the 5-hole of Dylan Prochaska. At 11:50 on the clock, or 5:10 in that first period, unassisted is going to be Kyler Rice picking one up in the neutral zone, skating all the way down, making a good cross ice right in front of the goalie, again finding the 5-hole as Prochaska is trying to stay with him and move, and gets in there for the second goal in that first period, and the Waupun Warriors take a 2-0 lead. At 35 seconds into the second period, Quinn Bailey here on senior night able to get a goal for himself, and he picks up an unassisted goal right away here in that second period, and the Waupun Warriors were able to get a 3-0 lead. Saves so far, to talk about the story of the game. Saves for Dylan Prochaska, 29 through 2 periods, and for Tyler Fromholtz, only facing 13 shots for a man who has been facing on average over 45 shots a game. You can see what happens when you have an outstanding goalie and he's not facing that many shots in the contest. He's able to keep his team in there and demonstrate why he's one of those top goalies here in the state. Quick check on the email. I got Amy Davids with a shout out to Shawano Senior Lee Davids. Oh, that's awesome. So thank you for letting us know. I believe I had heard, I wanted to double check. I believe I heard, yes, this is his last game as he's going to be an early graduate. So I do want to give a quick shout out to Lee Davids, number 22 for Shawano. I did hear that you were going to be an early grad, and I do hope that you have enjoyed the opportunity to skate some varsity hockey. I'm sure you're going to miss it. I'd love to see the hustle that you put out there for your last contest. You might as well leave everything out on the ice so that when you go back and see this. So a good shout out there by Amy David. So thank you very much for reminding me of that. I did have that note here on the side and was hoping to come back to it, but you brought it out there first. So again, congratulations on the early graduation. I heard this is your last game that you'll be skating with your teammates, and you will forever have this documented in your memories that you were able to be a part of the Shawano Bonduel Clintonville program, coming back and playing some varsity hockey. Dropped the puck there, but there was a whistle, so there must have been an inadvertent start by one of the players. So we get ready here for the third period with the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Here on senior night, Tyler Fromholtz, number 31, number 19, Quinn Bailey, and number 12, Cole Fisher, all seniors for the Waupun Warriors, playing their senior night here. They have another contest coming up at Waupun versus Baraboo on February 10th, but I think that might be the last official home game, because I think with their record, they're going to have a real hard time getting a home game for regionals. Shot, blocker save there by Prochaska as he saw it all the way. Good hard shot in on net. Trying to see who that was. I wasn't able to pick up that right away. See who took that shot, as that was senior Quinn Bailey getting the shot. Back here to live action. So the Warriors have on their schedule one more home game. You've got the Badgerland Conference Tournament, which hopefully they can come out of there with a couple of victories. Shawano still searching for their first victory on the season. And they're only down 3-0 here, so you never know what could happen, especially when both of these teams have short benches. I haven't seen a shorter bench, though, on the season than what Shawano has, with a couple of injuries and an illness. So it certainly hurts their program. Coming back with it, Hayden Reeder makes a move, had a chance getting back in front of it, into the slot. On the backside is Mason Holtz calling for it, didn't get it. Shawano trying to clear, gets it into the neutral zone. That's going to bank off. Going after it. Fromholtz reads it, is able to pick it up, bring it back out to the neutral zone. So a good play there by the senior goalie as he saw Shawano in on the attack. And that's one of the other things also is, Shawano, young team obviously, and they're trying to do their best. Icing on the Waupun Warriors to try and get some pressure, but again, you just don't understand the quality and caliber of goalie that you are facing here in Tyler Fromholtz. It's part of the Gamblers program when they were able to get their program back up on their feet. He's instrumental in that part. Shot wide of the net for the Waupun Warriors. Jonas Buckles tries to bring it into the slot. Gets met with a couple of the older men that met him, and that's going to be a check from behind, I believe, on number 21, Sam Arneson. That'll be their first penalty of the game, I believe, and I think it is going to be a check from behind, so we'll see. I think that was Jonas Buckles. No, I guess not. That was Micah Buckles who took the check from behind. We're waiting to find out, I think, if this is going to be a 5 and a 10 or if it's going to be a 2 and a 10. It's only going to be 2 minutes on the check from behind. Oh, it's going to be a boarding call instead of a check from behind. So it's only going to be a 2-minute. So Arneson will be able to still come back out here. But here's the Waupun Warriors on their first power play of the night. And Waupun's power play has not been, definitely not their strength at only 18%. 15% on the season. You want to have that number right around 25-30% to be considered a decent power play program, and that obviously has spoken about how the Waupun Warriors have struggled during this season at only executing at 15%. The highlight of their season has been their penalty kill, killing at an 83% rate, which is incredible numbers on the penalty kill. Skating with it. Mason Holtz tries to take it in, goes into the corner to set it up, turned around, and there's good forecheck pressure there by Shawano. Stevens tries to go cross-ice pass. It almost trickled through. That's going to get dumped all the way down on the other end, and coming back, Fromholtz leaves it, picked up there by Hartrink. He bangs it off the wall, gives it over to Stevens in the corner. Stevens has it up against the half wall. Cross-ice pass on the breakout. Long pass, which was unable to execute. Not necessary to make that long pass as they're on the power play. Stevens walks in, sets it, drops it, gives it over to Batzler. Nate Batzler tries to chip it in towards the net. Knocked down in front. Batzler on the wall. Shot off of the pad of Prochaska. Taken down as Stevens gets back up quickly, gives it over to Mason Holtz. Mason has it, looks to cross across the blue line. Quick tap over there by Hartrink to get it back over to Stevens in the corner. And it's taken away by Shawano. And again, as I was talking about, 20 seconds left here on the power play, and the Waupun Warriors at a dismal 15% execution are going to fall below that here if they're not able to execute in the next 10 seconds. Blocker save there by Prochaska. Put back towards him. Oh! Almost tipped in there by his own player again. He had to make a quick save once before, and that's going to do it. The penalty is going to be killed off, and the Waupun Warriors unable to execute again on a power play. Here at the 12:58 mark in the third period. On the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard, the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead right now over the Shawano Hawks. Scoring all three of those goals in the early, last goal was scored at the 35-second mark in the second period, so it's going to well over a period now without any scoring taking place for either one of these teams. Taken away from his own teammate again, the lack of communication that hopefully improves as they start to work a little bit more as a team. Again, working on those fundamentals. Dylan Privino steps up, takes another one off of this time it looked like off of the toe of the skate. Chipped out in front of Fromholtz. Whoa, off of the post. I was talking about before, it doesn't take much. You get a lucky bounce here. Is that back in front of Fromholtz? Prochaska plays it, puts it behind, gets it, comes all the way back out to Kyler Rice. Rice with one of the goals also tonight unassisted. Turned by Stevens, turns it back over as he tried to make a cross-ice pass. Now picked up by Dakota Stevens. Has it, tries to chip it around the player. Get it around number 8, I believe that was. Blake Knope does. Picked up by Mason Holtz. Holtz has it. Down behind the net, banks it, gives it over to Reeder. Reeder has it back, tried to get it out front. That was, I believe, who was chipping that there. Jonas Buckles, nobody there in front though. It looked good, but there was no player there to execute those quick passes. Picked up again, Buckles. Tries to go between two players. Able to stay on his skates. There's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be called. And it's called on the Warriors. Oh, I didn't see the penalty, so I got to see what the call was here. It's going to be called on Jonas Buckles. It's going to be a tripping. So the Waupun Warriors are going to have to go on the penalty kill. So no penalties in the first two periods, and now all of a sudden, this will be the second penalty of the period. One for each team, one for the Warriors and one for the Hawks. The Waupun Warriors penalty kill, as I mentioned before, has been their strength at a 83% clip. That is just absolutely incredible. Tripping is the call by Scotty Van Galen here at the community center. Shawano on their power play, as I thought that the Waupun Warriors were struggling. The Shawano Hawks, 8% execution on the power play. Again, that shows from a young team. They've only had really 36 opportunities, but 8% is pretty low, and that you can see why when you take a shot out there, especially on a good goalie, that is not going to go anywhere. Fromholz is going to get the save on that shot. That was pretty cool. I don't know how that happened, but we're back here to live action. I like that kind of that dark mode. 1:26 left here on the power play for the Shawano Hawks. Warriors trying to clear it, held into the zone nicely. Shot towards Fromholz again. Oh, mistake there by the Warriors. Trying to figure out who's doing that there. It's going to get dumped all the way down. Eat up some time. Good forecheck there by Mason Holtz to force him to make some pressure. That's one of those things that I'd like to see from the Warriors, especially at the high school level. I noticed that when we were watching some high school programs, it's really hard for high school teams to handle any type of pressure trying to get the breakout. Dylan, nice job there. Dumped in there by Payson Landel. He's going to go in on the forecheck, put a little bit of pressure on again. A little bit even more forecheck pressure than they do when they're on offense. So it's good to see that the Warriors are aggressive, and you can't get something set up if you're Shawano. That's going to be turned over. Pribino's going to give it to Stevens. Stevens is going to hammer it all the way back down into the corner, forcing Shawano with 30 seconds left to have to start at their end of the ice again. Coming back. One thing they got to do, though, if they're going to go with that kind of pressure, they got to make sure that they get back hard in the zone. Wide of the net over there by Fromholz again. That was a forced shot from the blue line. Shawano trying to get back onside. They do. Trying to get something set up. Makes a couple of moves. Shot towards the net. That's going to go into the netting, as that was number 8. Blake Knope with the shot towards the net. At the 9:36 mark here on the Waupun Youth Hockey Association scoreboard. 6 seconds left on the power play for Shawano. And the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Shutout still far on the season. I believe that I've looked at Tyler Fromholz has 3 of the 4 victories for the Waupun Warriors. 3 of them have been shutout victories. And they kill off that power play again. That'll help improve their percentage above 83%. Good forecheck there by Quinn Bailey to get in there and take that puck away. Shot towards Prochaska, who popped it up into the air and unable to get the stick on it for the Warriors was Keegan Zimmerman. Cross-ice pass to the early grad, number 22, Lee Davids. Into the slot, picked away by the Warriors. Coming back with it the other way, skating. And I believe that's Ashton DeMa who's going to take a shoulder. He's going to get knocked off of his skates. Coming back with it. Throws an elbow from behind. That's a mistake that you don't want to retaliate. Hear somebody in the stands say, take his number. Why would you want to put your team in jeopardy to take a penalty when you've got a 3-0 lead? Got to play some smart hockey as well in order to get your first victory here in Badgerland Conference play. Coming down here at the 8:30 mark, halfway through the third period, the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Dumped back in. Kyler Rice going in on the forecheck is Micah Buckles. Has it lost up against the wall. And Shawano is able to escape. Gets it into the zone, trying to go after it. Picked up there by defenseman Kyler Rice. Rice slams on the brakes, has a chance with a breakout. Decides to take it himself, skating from end to end. I hate saying this, but this reminds me of what I see when I'm going to be broadcasting on Sunday. A lot of taking it by yourself end to end instead of using your teammates to make those passes. Buckles, shot up over the top of the net. Had the chance. The Warriors here need to be a little bit more playing like a team. Trying to keep putting some more points up on the board. Shawano trying to clear, held in nicely there. Pribino shot. Prochaska's going to make the save on Pribino's shot. Held in nicely there at the blue line. Had a chance probably to skate in a little bit more to take a better angle shot. It's held into the zone. Waupun once again gets it out. Landel through. Nice job there by Prochaska to close the 5-hole. Stop. So the Warriors have had some good attacks here. Coming out. Landel tries a nice feed there off of the post. That was beautiful teamwork as Dakota Stevens, but now we've got to make sure we get somebody back into the zone. I'm not sure where our center is. Making the read there. He's got to read that he had his defenseman crashing in there. We got to get our center to help cover, or one of the forwards. Reeder into the slot, has it knocked off of his stick, left there hanging, picked up there by Landel. Gets rubbed a little bit up against the board. He's going to get taken down. Reeder picks it up, has it, loses it off of the little stick handle, and it's going to come all the way back out to the assistant captain. Oh, nice shoulder there by Stevens to slam on the brakes and close the door on Noah Davids. Looks like he might have the wind knocked out of him, but he gets back up. Held in the zone by Shawano, though. Coming back out to the neutral zone. Picked up. Banks it off of the wall. Trying to get it out, but the Warriors come in there with some pressure. Picked up there by Hayden Reeder. Reeder has it down below the goal. Feeds it out front. Unable to execute was Fisher, looking for his goal here on senior night. Put towards the net by Hartrink. Reeder, again, tries to feed it into the feet of Prochaska. He has it, looks. He's got Fisher in the slot, looking for it. Cole Fisher looking to calls for it. Has it, oh, tries to pull the trigger. It would have been a beautiful chance there for Cole to pick up a goal here on senior night. Nice work there by Hayden Reeder. There's a little bit of give and go action here. Skating with it is Kyler Rice. Rice tries to go in. Prochaska with the save. Again, he had somebody crashing on the backside. Puts that down on the ice. The pads get the ricochet, and you might have been able to help out your teammate to get a chance to score. At the 5:43 mark, the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead here in the third period on the Waupun Youth Hockey scoreboard. Warriors trying to pick up their first victory here in Badgerland Conference play. Shawano trying to pick up their first victory in the conference as well as on the season. Currently 0-12 as they've just started their program back up. First time that they've had varsity sport in 11 years, I believe Coach Travis Olson told me. It's going to be an icing on the Waupun Warriors, and we'll get a face-off coming all the way down here in front of Tyler Fromholtz, who currently has that 0 sitting up there on the board. Looking for number 4 on the season. And I believe the Warriors are looking for their 5th victory. 5-10-1 they would be coming out of here with this victory tonight. Here on senior night at the Waupun Community Center. Coming down to 5 minutes left in the contest. That's going to come through the neutral zone. Trying to get there first is Batzler. He's trying to get in. He gets there on the forecheck first, but that's taken away nicely there by number 8, Blake Knope. Breakout opportunity here for Shawano. Nice back check there by Kyler Rice to get in front of him. I don't know if that's a back check when you're a defenseman, but he was beat. Got back into the play. Oh, had the chance there to get the chip going. Gets it. Batzler way out from the logo, takes a shot. That's an easy save for the Prochaska, the goalie. When he had open ice in front of him, again, I just don't understand why we're taking that shot. You can see the defenseman was in the slot. Oh. I know some of the things, again, I know we're looking at a fairly young team that fundamental hockey is one of the things the Warriors got to continue to work on. Cross-ice pass over to Mason Holtz. Has it at the blue line. Gets it in on the attack. Good feed there. Tried to get it over to Reeder. Playing some team hockey there. Back behind. Gives it. Reeder tried to wrap it in. Gets it in front. And Prochaska's able to get the trapper on top of it and get the whistle. Here in the third period. 4:19 now left on the clock. Here at the Waupun Community Center as the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead over the Shawano Hawks. Looking for their first victory are the Waupun Warriors here in Badger Conference play. Good hard contact in the corner. Going back after it, trying to get it out. Shawano trying to clear it. Held. Coming back the other way, an odd man rush for Shawano. Oh, cutting to the center was number 6. That was Brycey and Madison who lost it. Had an opportunity there for an odd man rush. And things just didn't go their way to try and finish it. Back into the neutral zone. Shawano still with possession. Tried to make the pass at the blue line. It was broken up nicely. Reeder with it, has the Holtz, gives it to a nice pass. Holtz back over to Reeder. Almost had that little give and go there. I don't think Reeder was expecting it because if he was able to quick tap into the stick, they had Prochaska beat on that quick hustle movement of the puck. Picked up here, Rice has it, gets it over to Bailey. Quinn Bailey up against the half wall, goes back to Rice. Rice trying to move it up, does. Run an interference, there's Mason Holtz, makes the pick. And I believe that's going to be the call, as it's going to be interference as Mason got in the way. Tried to make it look like it wasn't a pick play, but the official wasn't buying it and makes the call for interference on Mason Holtz. So Waupun will once again go on the penalty kill here with 3:05 left in the third period. Shawano trying to get this, break that 0 on the scoreboard. Tyler Fromholtz continuing to battle to see if he can continue to pull out another victory here for his team. Here on senior night, what a special way to go out for Tyler Fromholtz if he could come out of here with a shutout. 140 clicking off of that penalty kill. The Warriors, again, they were at 83%. They probably are closer to 84, maybe 85% now after killing off that last one. Picked up there, Micah Buckles with some pressure. He's going to get to it first in the corner. Decides to keep it. Doing a couple of stick handling moves. Nice job there as they're killing off time by Micah Buckles. Now he's looking. He had a player crashing to go with him. Good job there by Landl to draw some attention. And killing off almost 30 seconds. Landl's going to pull it all the way back. Then he's going to dump it down. Knocked down by Shawano. Goes back out in the neutral zone. Good read there by Bailey. Coming out with it is Davids. Has it. Shot from Holtz. Chips it as he was lucky there because sitting on that back door, I believe, is number 22, Lee Davids. Dumps it all the way down. Time is ticking away here for Shawano on the power play. As I mentioned before, only executing at 8%. This is their second power play of the night. Picked up there. Warriors have it. Dump it all the way down. 30 seconds left here on the power play. Picked up there by Quinn Bailey. He makes a move into the inside. Looks to make a move again. Shot into the shin guards of Shawano player. I believe that is number 15 for Shawano. Lewis Harabik. It's going to get dumped down low. Banged off of the wall. It's going to come all the way back and cleared. And there's going to be only 9 seconds left here on the power play. Quinn Bailey is going to pick it up again. That'll eat up all of the time for Shawano. Bailey with his head down gets a little bit of contact there by Harabik. Bailey's going to go to the bench. Mason Holtz comes out. 1 minute left here in the period. The Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 lead over Shawano, trying to get their first true win points here in Badgerland Conference play. Nice job there by the official to get out of the way. Reeder tried to get it over to Landl, who was going with him. Unable to do so. Backs it out to the defense. Dakota Stevens has it. He's going to go in on the attack. Looking. Takes it right into the center. Nice job there, as I would believe that was Mason Holtz coming into the center. trying to feed it back at the blue line. Picked up there by the Warriors. Coming with it is Hayden Reeder. Reeder at the blue line has it. Warriors killing off the time. That's ticking away here as they're looking for their first victory on senior night. 12 seconds remaining on the clock. Shawano trying to get it out. Nice job there by Payson Landl. Hand-eye coordination, knocking it down. 5 seconds. Shot. Saved there by Prochaska. He's going to get a whistle here with 1.5 seconds left, and that's going to do it here on senior night as Tyler Fromholz is going to get another shutout on the season and another shutout to chalk up in his career here for the Waupun Warriors. Coming out, and that's trying to do it. Knocked down in front, and the Waupun Warriors here on senior night are going to come up with a victory as senior Quinn Bailey scores points. Tyler Fromholz comes out of here on senior night with four saves for Tyler Fromholz in the period for 17 in the game. 11 saves for Prochaska, Dylan Prochaska, the goalie for Shawano, and he's going to come out with a total of 40. So once again, the Waupun Warriors can see what happens when they have more attack power than their opponents. And Tyler Fromholz here on senior night is able to get a shutout victory, and Quinn Bailey scores a goal, and Cole Fisher had a chance, just unable to pull the trigger and try and get his name on that score sheet for the Waupun Warriors here on senior night. Badgerland Conference win for Coach Matt Babish and Coach Nick Tank here at the Waupun Community Center. You've been listening to Jeff Sauer. I want to thank you again for following along here on this live stream. I hope that you've enjoyed the call and the broadcast. I believe the next time I'll be calling a game for the Waupun Warriors will be when they're going to be taking on, I'm not sure who their opponent's going to be in that opening round of Badgerland Conference play, but I'm going to try and follow the Waupun Warriors through the Badgerland Conference. I was talking to Nick Rush over at Radio Plus, and he's given me the okay to do so. So I'm hoping that I can get a broadcast on the road, and then I will be going up to Appleton and seeing if I can make the broadcasts of all the games. Hope you've enjoyed this broadcast here. Once again, the Waupun Warriors with a 3-0 victory here on senior night. Tyler Fromholz with a shutout once again for the Waupun Warriors. Quinn Bailey with an unassisted goal here on senior night. And that's going to do it for the broadcast. You've been listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live streams. Thank you again for following the broadcast. Thank you for your participation. That helps make this a little bit more exciting. I really enjoyed doing this for you. Take care.